We're almost finished with season 5 of My Hero Academia, and the development has been great for all characters, from our own Class 1A and even the lesser shown Class 1B. Hello, my name is Steven, and welcome to Scribe. Normally, we will be talking about Christian artistry in all its many forms, but lately I've begun this separate series where I look into nerd or geek culture, for lack of a better term, and pull out something that made me think of God or an interesting part of story that I rock with. No, I doubt that these were done intentionally with me or any Christian in mind, but you're here, so you'll get my view. If you're unfamiliar with the anime, it, from my understanding, it takes place presumably in the future where 80% of the world's population has some sort of superhuman ability that they refer to as quirks. Now, the show primarily focuses around a character named Izuku Midoriya, as he is training to become one of the pro heroes that serves to protect the population of the world. Now, you may have seen my previous video on one of the pro heroes, Endeavor. And while I'll be talking about the same character in this video, I'll try to present it a tad differently. So, in the show, we're shown Endeavor as starting out as the number 2 hero behind All Might. But after All Might's retirement, following his fight from All for One, Endeavor becomes the number 1 hero by default, to his dismay. It is around this same time that he realized the harm he has put his family through. Once he got what he. It was around the same time that he began to try to reconcile with his broken family, or so he tried to. Again, if you're familiar with the show, then you know Endeavor is guilty of traumatic harm to his family. We went through this in the last video, but his abusive to his children, his wife, who's put into a mental institution, the seamless death of one of those children, who the show has yet to go into. You can see much of this family dynamic play out in the episode The Hellish Todoroki Family, in which Deku, who is Midoriya, and Bakugo are invited to join. And it's this kind of back and forth, is pleasant and awkward at the same time. Uh, Basically, in between Endeavor and one of his sons, Natsu. And there's a point where Endeavor extends the olive branch, and not only is he not even acknowledged, he gets up and leaves fairly quickly. There's also an ongoing dream that Endeavor keeps having, in which, kind of like the dinner they're having, it's a family dinner. Only it's not awkward and intense. It is actually pretty happy and joyful. The difference, other than the fact that their mood is, happy for once, it is that Endeavor has been swiped out by his estranged wife, and Endeavor's nowhere near to be found. It's just the mother slash wife, and the family, and he repeats that he knows why. And at first, he looks at this as kind of, in my opinion, a kind of a confused, maybe a kind of nightmare that he's not invited to his own family gathering. In the episode, I believe after this, called Unforgiven, pre-Christ situation in which his son Natsu is put in harm's way, causing a not just a confrontation with the villain, but also a heartfelt conversation between Endeavor and his son Natsu. Now, I've said this in previously that I love a good redemption story, which is what's Endeavor's arc is one of the best. Is actually, I'm enjoying that arc uh, better than Deku at the moment. Like I said, I like a good redemption story. Um, Most likely has to do with the gospel, what I know about the gospel of Jesus Christ, and the effect it has had on me. That said, I normally don't see this kind of resilience to do what's right and to make amends. despite how he feels, he decided that his own feelings on the matter were not the priority. It is their health, mental, physical, and otherwise, that matters most. And once he had that focus of what can I do to help my family, and when the solution presented itself that the best that he could do for his family right now is to take a step back. And there's just something very moving about that because it is causing him obvious pain, and even his son not to, who he agrees to that, but you can see there's obviously hurt on his son's face as well. But the story concludes with Endeavor's resiliency to make what is right, which that just hits home to me so much. I also like the ownership that Endeavor takes. Not that saying that that makes him the hero. By no means. I mean, what he's going through is his own creation. He created these circumstances that he is now walking through. So I wouldn't say that he is heroic in these choices he's making, but he is very but he is very self-sacrificial. And I like the lesson. I like the illustration of it. I think it's a really good example story, just for everybody. I know there's a lot of people who have made bad choices in life, and as a result, hurt people close to them. They had to change of heart. They change of faith, and it discourages them when those same people don't respond as you would like them to. They don't either forgive you, they don't accept you, and it can be very discouraging. What I like about Endeavor is I believe he says he doesn't want their forgiveness. I don't quite believe that because who doesn't? Um, but I do believe his conviction on that is not about their forgiveness. Once he kind of said that I'm just going to do the right thing, regardless of the outcome, that is a sentiment that I can get wholly hard behind. All right. Tell me what you think about the whole scenario with Endeavor. Do you watch? No. I suppose if you made it far, maybe you watch My Hero Academia, maybe you don't. But leave your thoughts in the comments below.
Is it too good to be true? I want this so much, but don't know if I can trust you. My mind's racing fast, trying to find the red flags I'm used to. All these green lights, are they coming too soon? Caught between red and the green.